Welcome to High Five Live. My name is Alexander Solis and I am so excited to be with all of you tonight. Let me introduce myself a little bit. I am from Lima, Peru, and I am currently living in Provo, Utah. I am a senior student at Brigham Young University, majoring in human resources with a minor in nonprofit management. I am graduating next year, so I'm so excited to do that. I want to start this off by thanking the High Five Live team. Especially I want to thank my friend Mike White for inviting me to do this devotional last week. I feel honored to have the opportunity to speak tonight to all of you in this community. And I'm usually someone who is behind the scenes. I run devotionals every Sunday at 7 p.m. in Worldwide Unified. And this is my first time doing a devotional for another group and also a devotional in general. So I feel honored for having the opportunity to do this. Having said that, I want to introduce you to tonight's topic. I think the title is pretty straightforward. No clickbaits here. I'm gonna be discussing about belonging, specifically about the longing for belonging that we all experience in our lives in different degrees. And I'm gonna also share with you 6 keys on how to build a safe community and how to become a safe person simultaneously. But let me tell you first why I chose this topic. From all the topics that I could speak on tonight, why I chose this topic, 2 main reasons. First, because I personally long for belonging so bad. Second, because I know how to help those who feel the same way. Let me elaborate on the first point. Throughout my life, I've always struggled with a lack of belonging, especially within my own religious community. As a faithful, active, Latter-day Saint young man, I dedicate my life to service, ministering, to looking outward. And yet, I feel sometimes that there is no place for me in this church. You know, we go to church, we look around and we think that everyone looks the same, and actually everyone looks the same. I don't know if you have realized that, but we look the same. And when we look around and we see everyone enjoying their time with friends and family, we feel kinda alone if we don't have that yet. That can be a very overwhelming feeling. I have felt that during my 27 years of life, and I don't want anyone to feel like that, because it sucks. It is pretty sad when you go to church and you feel like there is no place for you in the Church of Jesus Christ. Does anyone relate? Am I the only one? Please let me know in the comments if you have ever experienced anything like that. If you feel prompted, please also share your personal experiences within the church. Elder D. Todd Christofferson said in 2018, open quote, "It breaks my heart if someone comes to church and is very vulnerable and thinks, I want to try it, I want to be here, and then gets a cold shoulder or a lack of interest from someone else. That is really tragic. We have to be better than that. We have got to be better as a people at receiving and helping and walking together with everyone." Close quote. Brothers and sisters, this is a plea from a prophet, from an apostle of the Lord. And this is also my plea. We must do better at receiving, at welcoming everyone into the Church of Jesus Christ. Not my church, not our church, but His church. Now, it is ironic for me that those who struggle the most with a lack of belonging in the Church of Jesus Christ are exactly the ones who know best how to help a person feeling the same way. Let me tell you that again. It is ironic for me that those who struggle the most with a lack of belonging in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are at the same time the ones who know best how to help someone feeling the same way. And that reason is because we know of the pain. We don't want anyone to feel the same way. I don't want anyone to feel the same way when they come to church. I will do my best to welcome anyone who chooses to come to church. I don't care. I don't care how they come to church, who they come to church with. I care that they come to church. And I hope that we all can care more about that, about the fact that people are coming to church than how they are coming or who they are coming with. We should be caring more about people coming to church than anything else. When I think about that, when I think about my personal experiences, I think about Jesus Christ, who went through an atonement. He went through so much pain, so much sorrow that he did not deserve. But because of that, he was able to succor people who were going through the same pain, who were going through similar mortal experiences. Because Jesus Christ was able to face all these challenges, he can understand us. He can be there for us and listen to our concerns. In some extent, we are doing the same through our trials. We are being enabled to help others who are facing the same things. Whenever I hear someone telling me that they don't feel like there is a place for them in the church, I get it. And I can tell them, I know how you feel. I've been there, or maybe I'm still there. And I tell them, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Your feelings are valid. But please stay. We need you. I need you in this church. We cannot do this alone. We cannot do this without you. After saying that, these people usually choose to stay. Usually choose to become the light for others. Because of my own lack of belonging in the Church of Jesus Christ, I have been able to learn how to help those on my same shoes. I have been able also to learn how to belong to Christ. We belong to Christ. We are His. We may not feel fully welcome in our families, in our circles, at school, at work, even in our own religious communities. But we can have the surety that we belong to Him. The world can fail us, but God and Jesus Christ will never fail us. Now, having set the tone for this devotional, I want to give you 6 practical keys that will help you build a safe community, wherever you are, and become a safe person simultaneously. I've been following all these traits on my own, first before giving them to you, and I can promise you that as you strive to follow all of these traits, all of these keys in your own life, you will see miracles. You will be able to become a safe person for those around you. First, vulnerability. Vulnerability is defined by Brené Brown as emotional exposure, meaning to let others know your true self at the cost of not being fully understood. When we choose to be vulnerable, we choose to be fully seen. And we give others the opportunity to experience the same. When we open ourselves, others feel prompted to do the same. This is easier said than done. I'm not perfect at this, but I'm doing my best to be vulnerable with those around me. And whenever I choose to do that, the impact is immediate. People choose to be vulnerable back to me. In order to build a safe community and become a safe person to others, we need to be vulnerable. People need to look at us beyond the facade, the barriers that we have built to hide from our weaknesses, fears, and challenges. Second, sensitivity. Along with vulnerability, sensitivity is usually seen as something negative. Don't be too sensitive, people say. But in order to build a safe community and become a safe person, we need to be sensitive to each other. We need to be sensitive to people's emotions, people's experiences. In other words, we need to mourn with those that mourned. Yeah, and comfort those that need comfort. Third, humility. To build a safe community and become a safe person, we need to accept the fact that we don't know everything and that we are not always right. As a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I have my own beliefs, but I'm always open to learn from others, and I recognize that there are things that I don't know and that I can learn from others. In my associations in Worldwide Unify, I have been able to learn a lot from Muslims, Catholic, evangelicals, and I love them all. Fourth, curiosity. Curiosity is essential to build a safe community and become a safe person. When you are curious, you listen to people genuinely and you ask questions. You don't judge. Instead, you rejoice at the newness of the knowledge that you are receiving. Fifth, intentionality. Verily I say, men should be anxiously engaged in a good cause and do many things of their own free will and bring to pass much righteousness. We need to be actively creating safe spaces, my dear brothers and sisters. The sign that I put by my side is not just for this devotional. This is a sign that I hold in my own apartment, in my own house. I want everyone to come to my place and feel that they have a safe space for them to share whatever is in their hearts and minds. I'm a believer that we can create those safe spaces anywhere we are. As Professor Eric Hansman said once in a BYU devotional, we need places of faith where we can seek and nurture testimony, but there are also, on the other hand, places where our sisters and brothers can safely question, seek understanding, and share their pain. 6. Hospitality. Hospitality is more than just being kind. The dictionary defines kindness as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate, whereas hospitality is defined as the friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers. While kindness represents a good feeling, hospitality represents a good action. To build a safe community and become a safe person, we need a lot of good actions, not just one. The success of Worldwide Unify, the Facebook group that gathered more than 500,000 people in 1 week to fast in April 2020, in great extent comes from the genuine longing for belonging to something grander and to feel safe in a time of so much commotion. That was a miracle. Today we do not have to wait for the prophet to call for another fast to create a safe community, a safe space. We do not even have to create a massive community like Worldwide Unified, but we have to create safe spaces wherever we are, starting in our own families, then in our own churches, congregations, and later anywhere else. People need to know that we are safe, that they can come to us and talk about anything, and that we will treat them without any judgment. As we strive to practice vulnerability, sensitivity, humility, curiosity, intentionality, and hospitality, we can feel assured that we are on the right track to become safe people while building safe places. It is my testimony, brothers and sisters, that we can choose today to be safe people for those around us, and that we can be intentional in our efforts to create safe spaces wherever we are. I know that Jesus Christ lives and that He loves everyone, that He cares about everyone in our personal stories. As we try to include Him in our trying to be safe and creating safe places, I promise you that we will see miracles. I'm seeing so many miracles in Worldwide Unified, and I want those miracles for you as well.